So every soccer player has had the maddeningly frustrating experience of playing really well in practice or in pickup games. And then in game situations, when it counts, their game does a disappearing act. For some reason, they get tight, they get nervous, they get tentative, they're afraid to use their skills, they pass the ball off quickly when they get it. And I worked with a college keeper by the name of Colin, who kind of demonstrated what I see happen to soccer players, any position on the field, over and over again. Now, as a high school player, Colin was great. When he was a senior in high school, he led his team to the state championship, got recruited to play at a Division I program, and as a freshman was the backup goalie. And even as a freshman in college, he did well. He was confident. When he got in, he played well. And then something strange happened as he went into his sophomore season. And actually, it was triggered by the senior keeper, the starting keeper, graduating. And now Colin was the man. And Colin had a lot of pressure on himself. And instead of kind of relishing it and continuing to do what he was doing mentally before, everything changed for him inside. He started thinking too much about how he was playing. He started worrying about mistakes that he made, started hanging on to his mistakes, started thinking about the coach and what the coach was thinking about him. And because of that, he got really nervous, got even more tentative, and he ended up losing his starting position to a freshman. And Colin's performance was very inconsistent, and the coach said that to him. Now, because he lost his starting position to a freshman, Colin started focusing too much on this kid in practice and in games and comparing himself. And the more he did that, the worse he played, the more tentative he got. And Colin and I did some one-on-one work, and I said to him, Colin, the problems you're struggling with, these are common problems. These are fixable. But we need to work on your mental technique. And you need to get a handle on your pregame and during game focus. So I taught Colin how to be aware of when he was focusing on the wrong things and how to bring it back when he did. Because his coach was scratching his head. His coach had no clue what to say to him. This is a great player. He's a talented player. His parents had no clue, what to do for him. But Colin was able to learn how to better control his focus, was able to calm down, and as a consequence, when he was a junior and into his senior year, he regained his starting position. He had learned not to focus on anyone else. He actually went on and had a pro career. Now, if you're listening to me right now, maybe you can relate to Colins' story, and maybe you can relate to having these kinds of struggles, perhaps your own version of them. Now, whether you work with me one-on-one to help resolve them, or you want to do some mental work on your own, one of the things I've done is, because of all the years I've spent working in this sport, and some of those years were spent working with the NCAA National Championship team at UConn, I've developed some really good training material, some audio material and some books, and you could work on your game in that way. So whether you choose to work one-on-one, choose to get some training materials, some audios, is up to you. If you have questions about that, you can always give me a call. You can reach out, but I want to promise you one thing. The one thing that may be holding you back from becoming a champion is your head. And the good news about that is you can systematically work on that. With the right techniques, with the right practice, you can turn your game into the game of a champion.